Looking at this review from the last lesson, I know I think for one of the classes we didn't get a chance to get through this. So basically we have rectangle EFG has a length represented by the expression 9x plus 3 and a width represented by the expression x plus 4. Then there's another rectangle WXYZ that has the length 3x plus 2 and the width represented by the expression 5x minus 5. And then it's asking for which of the following expressions can be used to represent the difference in the perimeters of both of those two rectangles. So it is important to know our keywords here. So difference represents where you're subtracting, basically, right? And then perimeters is that you need to add all sides. And then what sides? Well, we have two rectangles. I do want to apologize right now, as usual. You hear a lot of noise. My dogs are running around. So my apologies for that. All right, so let me go ahead and draw my rectangle. So let's label this E, F, G, and H. Okay. What we know from this rectangle is that the length is 9x plus 3. So what I also know is that if the top is 9x plus 3, then the bottom is also the same. So this is also 9x plus 3. What I also know about this rectangle is that the width is x plus 4. So just like I labeled it on the right side, I'm going to also label it on the left side. Okay. And let's go ahead and do the same for the next rectangle. This is W, X, Y, and Z. So we have that the length is 3x plus 2. So just like I explained the previous one, we're going to have to also label that there. And then the width is 5x minus 5 and 5x minus 5. All right. Now that we have labeled our rectangles, now we can figure out like what is going to be the perimeter all the way around for both of those. Okay, so once we have that perimeter, we want to find the difference. So the difference is going to be this here. We're going to have to subtract both of those rectangles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with with finding the perimeter of this first rectangle. So I'm going to write it all the way across. And then plus x plus 4. All right, so notice how I wrote it all out, meaning I had to go all the way around. Not just these two, it's all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and label my like terms here. So remember, a like term is anything that has the same letter. So I have the 9x, or it kind of looks the same. And then I look for, is there anything else that has an x? I see this plus x. Move on, I see another plus 9x. And again, I'm boxing in the plus sign in front of it because that's what tells us what we have to do. Like if we have to add it or subtract it. All right, so we have 9x plus 1x, so that's 10x. And then plus 9, that's 19. Plus 1 again, that's 20. So we have 20x. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and circle these constants, which are the numbers that don't have letters. So 3 plus 4 is 7. And then we have another 3 plus 4, so 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay, now I'm going to go over and work on this next rectangle. Okay, Let me actually put the minus sign here. That's kind of close to the color of that other minus sign. And look at this. Okay, so I'm going to put parentheses on this one because a minus sign, I'll explain what that is in a little bit. Okay, so the perimeter of all of that. So I need to rewrite every single thing again. Please do not move on to the next slide or stop watching the video because this is very, very important. And you guys will see it again on the DOL, so you might as well become familiar with it. Okay, so if you made it this far to the video, then you already know and heard, all right, that it's going to be on your DOL again. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and group my like terms. Okay, so I have all my x's together. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 3, 8, 11, and then the 11 plus 5 is 16. That's 16x. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with my constants. So I have 2 minus 5. Hopefully my writing doesn't go away. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. And then negative 3 plus 2. Actually, let's put that whole thing in. So 2 minus 5 and then plus minus 5. So then plus 2 minus 5. So that's negative 6. Negative 6. All right, so now that I have those two rectangles simplified, I'm going to go ahead and do like I was just doing here. So I'm going to make sure I keep those parentheses there. And so we're almost done, guys. I know this is a pretty long question. So what this minus sign here does, this one. So what that minus sign tells us to do is that we have to change the sign of everything that's in here. And this is going to pretty much lead our lesson for today because we're going to be distributing. Okay, so then we're going to say there's like a 1 in front of that parentheses. So we're going to take this whole thing and then distribute that over. So we have negative 1 times 16. That's negative 16x. And then we have negative 1 times negative 6. Negative something negative is a positive. And then I'm going to bring all this other part over here down. 20x plus 14. So lastly, going through and combining the like terms again. So I know that I have my 20s, sorry, my x's here. And I have my constants. Okay. So in the yellow, 20 minus 16, I'll put equals here, is 4. Because they both have an x, I'm going to put an x. And then 14 plus 6 is 20. And so we got our answer there. So I know it's a pretty long question. Just keep rewatching the video until maybe you need any more guidance or need to just keep getting that refresher.